Hi. We have with us today Dr. Yask from the Indian Oil Corporation Limited. Dr. Yask, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure hosting you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, man.
All right. Well, Dr. Yask, to start with, let's talk about ZTNA. Everyone's talking about zero trust. Now, from your own experience and from your own learnings, what are some of the takeaways that you would want to share with fellow CISOs when it comes to implementing a zero trust strategy at their organizations?
It's a very good question. A lot of conversation is happening around this piece, especially the ZTNA. People are believing that this is the complete solution. While I do agree that this concept is nice, currently where we are not in the stage of implementing ZTNA fully. We are doing it in bits of pieces. My advice, if you ask me, would be to implement as much of ZTNA pieces as we can. Let's look at it from a holistic point of view, wherein multiple components are brought together to get this concept of ZTNA together. So I think we start. These are baby steps that we take. Whatever is available and can be done should be done as of now.
All right, sounds good. Now let's have a quick rapid fire round with Dr. Yaska. All right, so you can just answer the questions off the top of your head. What are your first thoughts? All right, so we're going to start with technology trends. You're going to tell me whether you find that hype or real. All right, so quickly, metaverse,
Real,
blockchain,
a bit of a hype.
NFTs,
Real,
zero trust. Of course,
yes,
it'll be a crime to say no.
yes. But you know what? I just talked about the zero trust piece. Yes. So the concept maybe fully implementable is a hype, but yes, in pieces real.
Thank you so much. And coming to the next part of the question, what, in your opinion, are the most overhyped technologies? ZTNA,
Certainly not.
MDR,
Little bit.
XDR,
Certainly not.
SASE,
Maybe.
and lastly, deception technology.
Oh, certainly not. Absolutely not. This is something that I really find very interesting, and this is something that I really go by.
All right, let's wind up on a real light note. Dr. Yask, I mean, I'm sure you've seen a lot of user behavior as a security professional as well as a security leader. Now, not necessarily at your own organization, but what are some of the dumbest cybersecurity mistakes you've seen people make?
Not so dumbest would obviously be to not to have the right kind of a CISO in the company. But
That's a
then,
great one.
on the that was on the lighter side. See, I think what is important is not sticking to the basics. It is absolutely essential that while we talk a lot about basics and fundamentals, we tend to forget those very things when we start implementing. So I think maybe dumbest or something that we generally tend to overlook are the very basics and fundamentals. That I think is the biggest flaw in our thinking.
All right, and we are back to physical events. Do you prefer these to virtual events?
Oh yes, certainly. It's important to meet people, and it's important to understand. And while we are meeting, physically, you get a lot more ideas. And there was a lot of fatigue which had set in on the virtual medium. I think this is a fantastic thing to be back in.
Absolutely. Well, that was Dr. Yask from the Indian Oil Corporation. Thanks again for joining us today. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure being here.